Today we are going to learn 5 Nikāya, right? So last week we talked about Dīgha Nikāya, but today I will go back faster, right? Dīgha Nikāya is arranged in 3 Vaggas, and we have 34 long discourses. So in this Nikāya, we have a very important suttas, just like a Mahaparinibbana Sutta. Sorry? Oh. We are filming. Okay, good evening everyone. So today we are going to learn 5 Nikāyas, which are very important. Especially the first 4 Nikāyas are very important. So if we want to learn early Nikāyas, so when you talk about early Nikāya, that means scholars consider early Nikāya as the most pure form of Buddhism, right? So when we talk about early Buddhism, that means that the early teachings that exist as a pristine purity, right? So if you want to, if you know the first 4 Nikāyas, we can learn early Buddhism, early Buddhist teachings in the first 4 Nikāyas. So therefore, learning Nikāyas and learning about 4 Nikāyas are very important, right? Very important. So the first one is a Dīgha Nikāya. So in this Nikāyas, we have a 34 long discourses. Dīgha means long, very long discourses. So we have 34 suttas. It is divided into 3 Vaggas or 3 divisions, right? 3 divisions. So in this Nikāyas, so we have a very important suttas, just like a Mahaparinibbana Sutta, the last day or the last 2 years of the Buddha. So how the Buddha, where the Buddha stayed, and how the Buddha lived, what the Buddha taught during the last 2 years of his lifetime, right? Very important. And also we also have a Mahasatipatthana Sutta. As you know that 4 foundations of mindfulness are mentioned in the Sutta. So if we chant Mahasatipatthana Sutta, it will take 2 hours, right? 2 hours of chanting. So very long, right? Very long. So you can see that here, DN 60, right? DN means Dīgha Nikāya. 60 means Sutta number 60, right? So if we write Mahaparinibbana Sutta, it's very long, very difficult to remember. So therefore, if we use short form, DN 60, right? So when you are reading the suttas, if you are a regular reader of the Sutta Nikāyas, you know DN 60 means Mahaparinibbana Sutta. And DN 22 means Mahasatipatthana Sutta, right? So we have a 34 long discourses of the Buddha. So actually, if you just refer to DN 16, so that means you are very, very long, right? If you quote one line from Mahaparinibbana Sutta, if you just write DN 16, so you cannot know where you can find, right? It's not easy to find. So therefore, we need to know how to say the referring system or how you can quote Dīgha Nikāya, right? If you take only one line from Mahaparinibbana Sutta, if you just write DN 16, for the reader very difficult to find out. As you know, we have about 20 or 30 pages, right? So therefore, we have a citation system. So today I just want to introduce that one. So this is a second page of Brahmajala Sutta, translation of Brahmajala Sutta. So as you know, Dīgha Nikāya was translated by Meritorious, right? English Pali scholar. So this is a translation of his book. So in the page number 68, right? Page number 68. So you can see here, page number 68, Brahmajala Sutta. But Sutta 1. So that means the first Sutta of Dīgha Nikāya, right? Here, Sutta 1. That means Dīgha Nikāya Sutta number, Sutta no, right? Then at the corner you will find this one is 1-4, right? So here the Roman number, right? That is the volume 1. As you know, we have a three volume in the Dīgha Nikāya, or 3 division, right? So here 1-4. 1 is the the Roman numbering system. How you pronounce?
Roman number system, correct.
Roman number system 1, right?
Yes.
So that means volume 1. If you see 2, that means volume 2, right? If you see 3, that means volume 3. But here, normal number 4. So that means in this page, this page is translation of volume 1, Pali Text Society, page number 4, right? So here you can find 2 pages of Pali Text Society. Here PTS means Pali Text Society. PTM means Pali Text Society. So it is the founder of Pali Text Society is Mr. Reed David, right? Last week I talked about his life, right? So nowadays, up to now, so when we want to write a thesis for master degree or PhD degree, you have to refer to Pali page, Pali text. So published by Pali Text Society, right? If you are writing a thesis for master degree or PhD degree, so you have to refer to Pali page, not translation, right? Not translation. So we have to use Pali text published by Pali Text Society. Pali Text Society is PTS, right? PTS. Here, PTS Pali page no, we have 2. Volume 1, page number 4. Here, volume 1, page number 3. You will find 2 pages, right? So this is a translation of volume 1, Pali text, page number 3 and 4. So this is the way you will find in the translation books, right? Wherever translation you use, you will find this system. Especially you can find here with the bracket, number 3 with the bracket, right? So that means page number of Pali text published by PTS, right? Therefore we will use PTS Pali page number 3, right? Number 3. So wherever translation you read, and you will find the number with the bracket.
I think a square bracket.
Square brackets, right? So that is Pali Text Society page number, right? Also you can find at the corner. So this is a the easy way to find out which Pali page the translator is translating in English, right? In English. So this is the way we quote when we are writing thesis, or so that is very important. So in this way, so your quotation is more precise, right? More precise. So for that, I will write the system how we write. So here, normally we use DN, right? DN means Dīgha Nikāya, Dīgha Nikāya. Then here, Roman numbering system. That means volume 1. Volume 1 and page number. This is page number 4. So if I want to quote one Pali line here, so I have to write in this way. Not 4, number 3. So the reason is if I quote this line, right? One line from here, I think it is better to write in this way, because the reader, for reader is very easy to find out, right? DN, sometimes we use without N. So D means Dīgha Nikāya, right? Mostly we use without N. Without N. D, volume 1, page number 3, right? Because after number 3 with the square bracket, all these translations are the translation of Pali Text Society, Pali text, page number 3, right? Then after that, there will be number 4 with the square bracket. Then after number 4, that means it is translation of Pali text, Pali page number 4, right? Number 4. So, like this, if you want to quote second volume, page number, suppose 40, right? Page number 40. So you have to go in this way. D means Dīgha Nikāya. So in the same way, you can also quote the same way. So when you are citing Majjhima Nikāya, right? So when you want to quote Majjhima Nikāya also with 3 volumes. So if you want to quote Majjhima Nikāya, volume 1, page number 43, suppose, right? 43. So it is easier for the reader to find out. If you just quote DN16, so you have to find out a lot, right? So many pages. So not precise. So it is the best way to quote when you are writing thesis, right? Okay.
The bracket, the square bracket 3, right?
Yeah.
After, means based on the Pali text, you had some wording there in Pali. Then
Yeah.
you translate this Pali text from 3 onwards and down to the next paragraph.
Yeah. So actually here, Pali Text Society, page number 3, start from here. You should not be angry like this. Afterward, right? The first page, you will find number 1 with the square brackets, right? So, Pali Text Society, Pali page number 3, start from here, right? Then you will find page number 4. And after page number 4, the translation of, right? Okay. So any books, especially I think any books, most of the book, you will find this system, right? This system. Sometime I will show you. Actually today I will show you one citation. So if I quote Dīgha Nikāya, Sutta number 33, not accurate. Sorry, 32, not accurate. So what I quote is only one line. So to know precise page, so I use this citation system, right? Okay. Later I will explain when we go there. Okay. Okay. So, Dīgha Nikāya was translated by Mr. Reed Davis, Dialogue of the Buddha, right? Dialogue of the Buddha. And modern translation is done by Mr. Maurice Walsh, right? Mr. Maurice Walsh. Last week I talked about the biography of Mr. Reed Davis and Mrs. Reed Davis. They are from England, Pali scholar, and they translated very important Buddhist texts from Pali to English, right? Also, they founded Palita Society. Palita Society still function now, still publishing a lot of important books. Mr. Thomas William Reed Davis, he was born 1843 and died 1922. He was the founder of Palita Society, and he trying to promote Theravada Buddhism. In other words, we can say that early Buddhist teachings. To promote, he trying to promote early Buddhist teachings, and also Pali. So one of his students is a Mrs. Caroline, right? Later, she was known as T.W. Reed Davis. And she also a Pali scholar, a translator of 2 Abhidhamma texts, and also she wrote other important books. One of them is a translation of Saṃyutta Nikāya, right? Saṃyutta Nikāya. So when her husband died, so she became the president of Palita Society. And under her guidance, so there were a lot of Pali scholars. So one of them is a I.B. Orna. I.B. Orna is a lady who translated 5 Vinaya texts. Vinaya texts, right? So she was a pioneer who translated Vinaya texts. So she also write other books as well. So among them is a translation of Milinapanya. So they try a lot to translate most important Pali texts, right? And I think that therefore language is very important. I think language is very important. To be honest, my knowledge of Buddhism is not very excellent, I will say that. But my strong point is I can speak English. So therefore, I can teach. So there are many Burmese monks who can teach like me. So therefore, I think language is very important. So even though we know a lot, if we cannot speak, very difficult, right? So here also, to translate in English is much more difficult, right? Much more difficult. So we need to know English language. So we need to know, actually, therefore, most of the translations were done by English speakers, just like Bhikkhu Bodhi, right? Bhikkhu Bodhi, Ñāṇa Moli, Reed Davis. So therefore, language is very important. The one who translate with the modern English is Mr. Maurice Walsh. He also from England. Now you can see that, right? He also England, and he learned German language. He was a German professor in London University, and he learned German, he learned Pali. Then later he translated Dīgha Nikāya with the modern English. He is the one who invited Ajahn Chah and Ajahn Sumedho to England. So therefore, he is very devout Buddhist, and I think he is still alive, right? So he translated Dīgha Nikāya in English. But if we compare translation of Nikāyas with the Bhikkhu Bodhi and other Buddhist monks, I think too much different. Bhikkhu Bodhi can do better because he is expert in Pali, as well as he knows the traditions. He knows how to interpret, because he knows Pali commentaries, sub-commentaries. So therefore, very important. If I know, if my language is English, then I can translate very well. But as you know, I know Pali, I know how to interpret, but I do not know how to use a proper English, right? So therefore, language is very important. And Mr. Maurice Walsh, also from England, and he translated the long discourses of the Buddha. So we will use his translation, right? So when we are learning Dīgha Nikāya. So when we give a citation for Dīgha Nikāya, two systems, right? The note of the sutta. So when we are referred to DN 60, that means Dīgha Nikāya Mahaparinibbana Sutta, right? DN 22, that means Dīgha Nikāya Mahasatipaṭṭhana Sutta. Mahasatipaṭṭhana Sutta, right? Another one is the giving a precise citation, right? So just like the D and Roman numbering system, 2 volume and page number 40, right? Like this. Any question? Okay, let's go to the Majjhima Nikāya. If you have a question anytime, right? As I said last week, you can ask any time. So then only I can clarify. Majjhima Nikāya. Majjhima means the middle. Majjhima Nikāya contains of 152 suttas of medium length. So it is arranged in 50 Vaggas, which can be clarified according to subject matter. So actually we have we can say that it is divided into 3 divisions normally, roughly. So therefore, when we refer to Dīgha Nikāya, Majjhima Nikāya, how to say the volume number 1, 2, 3, then page number, right? Page number. But it is arranged 50 Vagga. Vagga means section or chapter, I will say that, right? So when the Buddha want to talk about the king, right? Raja Vagga. So most of the King Bimbisara, King Kosala, right? So when the Buddha want to talk about the king or the discourses that are connected with the king, so all are added into Raja Vagga, right? And we have a 1 Vagga, Opama Vagga, is simile. So in that section, we can find very famous similes, right? Similes. A simile of elephant, the simile of rat, like this, right? A simile of snake. So all these famous similes are mentioned in that Vagga, right? So when we want to talk about chapter, that means 50 chapter. But it is arranged in 3 divisions, in 3 books, right? 3 books. So we have a 152 suttas, right? 152 suttas. So therefore, so when you want to refer to Majjhima Nikāya, so we use sutta number. So that means Majjhima MN 1mi, Majjhima Nikāya, sutta number 1. MN 152mi, Majjhima Nikāya, sutta number 152, right? So it is easier to remember. So if you, I think as a lay person, not easy to remember Pali, right? So I think for you it's easier to remember the sutta number. Also easier to find out, right? So Majjhima means the middling discourses. So it was translated by Lord Chalmers, the governor of Ceylon, the governor of Sri Lanka, right? And he translated under the name of Father Dialogue of the Buddha. So Mr. Rick David, he translated Dīgha Nikāya, the Dialogue of the Buddha, right? But he used, Mr. Lord Chalmers used the Father Dialogue of the Buddha, right? In Saṃyutta Nikāya introduction, Bhikkhu Bodhi write the different characteristics of each Nikāya. And he quoted one of the Pali scholars said. That scholar, he talked about Dīgha Nikāya and Majjhima Nikāya. According to him, actually I forgot his name. So it is mentioned in the introduction of Saṃyutta Nikāya translation, right? So according to that scholar, Dīgha Nikāya is arranged or intended for the outsiders, for those who are non-Buddhist, right? Non-Buddhist, because we can see the first sutta of Dīgha Nikāya is a Brahmajala sutta, right? So in that sutta, the Buddha and his disciples were traveling from Rajagaha to Nalanda. So on the way, two wanderer, a teacher and a pupil, are following the Buddha and his disciple. A teacher is disparaging or denouncing the Buddha and his disciples. But contrary to that, his pupil is praising the Buddha and Sangha. Two different, right? They are debating. The monks hear what they say and inform to the Buddha. And the Buddha said that if anyone disparage or denounce the Buddha and Dhamma and Sangha, do not feel angry. If somebody disparage and denounce the Buddha, Dhamma and Sangha, do not be angry, do not feel angry. But if you are angry, the Buddha said that if you are angry, you do not know the truth, whether they are talking the truth or whether they are talking wrongly. So instead of not being angry, so you have to tell them what you say is not right, right? So you have to defend what you say is not right, right? And when somebody is praising the Buddha, Dhamma, and Sangha, do not feel elated. Do not feel elated. So if we feel elated, we do not know what they are talking is truth or false, right? So if what they are talking is truth, so you have to tell them why it is truth, right? So that means sometimes, so when we hear criticisms, we feel angry, right? we have a dosa. So when we hear somebody praise, we feel elated, or we are very happy, right? So when we are very happy, we do not know, that ecstasy or elation influence our mind. So by that time, we do not know what other people are talking about, right? Whether they are talking the truth or false. So therefore, the Buddha gives instruction in that sutta. Then after that, the Buddha talk about 62 wrong views in that sutta, right? And the Buddha said that in any teachings, if you found 62 type of wrong views, so that is not a true teaching. If you cannot find 62 type of wrong views in particular teachings, so that is a true teaching, right? So that is a guideline. Then after that, most of the sutta in Dīgha Nikāya, the Buddha is talking to outsider, the one who are not his followers. So therefore, according to that scholar, Dīgha Nikāya is intended for outsider, non-Buddhist, right? Non-Buddhist. In the case of Majjhima Nikāya, so it is intended for insiders, intended for Buddhists, monks and nuns and lay devotees, right? Of course, in those discourses in Majjhima Nikāya, in generally, most of the suttas are intended for his followers. In Obama Sutta, the simile of Obama Vaga, or the session or simile, most of the suttas are taught to his disciple, right? So therefore, according to that scholar, Majjhima Nikāya was arranged, intended for Buddhist, his follower, right? So if you want to know further, you can go to introduction of the Saṃyutta Nikāya, Bhikkhu Bodhi translation. Then it is translated by I.B. Orna, the lady, as I said, right? She is the one who translated 5 Vinaya texts. So she also translated as the middle-length sayings. The latest one is the middle-length discourses of the Buddha. So this one is translated by Bhikkhu Ñāṇa Moli and Bhikkhu Bodhi. So later I will talk later biography of Bhikkhu Ñāṇa Moli and Bhikkhu Bodhi. So they are very important monks who translated important Pali texts. Bhikkhu Ñāṇa Moli also from England, and he was born 1905, right? 1905. Over 100 years, right? Over 100 years old. He was born in England, graduated from Oxford. And during World War II, she read a book written in Italy language, a Buddhist book written in Italy language, and he became interested in Buddhism from that moment. And at the age of 43, he went to Sri Lanka, and after 1 year, he ordained as a Samanera, as a novice monk. Then after another 1 more year, at the age of 45, and he received higher ordination. He became a monk, right? And he spent only 11 years as a Buddhist monk. Then 1960, he died. So when we go outside for maybe he died. He suddenly passes away due to heart failure because he's just staying in the room and translating and reading. Therefore, I need to do exercise. Otherwise, we have a failure, right? Heart failure. He also a very, how to say, excellent monk who translated Visuddhimagga, right? We have a, up to now we have a, Visuddhimagga was the first translated by Fair Mountain, a Burmese guy. Then after that, translated by Bhikkhu Nyanamoli, right? So up to now we are using English translation of Visuddhimagga and translated by Bhikkhu Nyanamoli, right? He's a very good translator. He also expert in Pali. So if you want to know his quality of translation, you can read The Life of the Buddha according to Pali Canon. It is very good book. I think that the best biography of the Buddha. If you want to read, if you want to know the life story of the Buddha, this one is, I think that this one is the best one as far as I know, because he used Pali Canon as a source of this book. So he used direct translation of Pali Canon, especially the suttas. So you will be able to see the closer look of the life of the Buddha. So I think the good book. So if you want to read the life of the Buddha according to Pali Canon, then you can borrow from the library. So we have two books, right? 2 copies of this book. Okay.
You can download from online also.
Okay, so you can also download online from MVE library. MVE library. So I think that is very good book. So within short period of my whole, he translated from Pali to English. His translation is very, very, how to say, the accurate. But of course, compared to translation of Bhikkhu Bodhi, not accurate, of course. But Bhikkhu Bodhi is the best. But Bhikkhu Bodhi also follow his translation. So therefore, Bhikkhu Nyanamoli is very important monk in the history of translation of Pali texts. Also, he translated Patisambhidamagga. Patisambhidamagga is important for, how to say, the post-canonical text. So it is also related to Abhidhamma, even though it is in the Sutta Pitaka, right? He is the first translator of Majjhima Nikāya, right? And Bhikkhu Bodhi edited that his translation. Then Bhikkhu Bodhi was born in America, 1944, and he obtained a BA degree in philosophy, 1966, when he was 22 years, right? Here, very important, obtained a BA degree in philosophy, right? He is highly educated monk. Also, Bhikkhu Nyanamoli also finished in Oxford, right? Highly educated. And if you want to know Bhikkhu Bodhi and his video recording, you can visit this website. Later, I will give you this file, right? Because last week we didn't finish introduction to Pali Canon, so therefore I didn't send it to you. Then after today, then I will send soft copy, right? PDF file. So that, any question? No. Then he acquired PhD degree in Claremont Graduate School in 1972, right? he was interested in Buddhism in his early age. And he became friend with the Mahayana monks from Vietnam. And he studied Mahayana Buddhism under him. So that Mahayana monks recommend him to go to Sri Lanka to study early Buddhism. Right? I think that his mind is very beautiful, even though he is Mahayana Buddhist monk. So he didn't encourage Bhikkhu Bodhi to learn Mahayana Buddhism. He encouraged him to go to Sri Lanka and learn Pali Canon. So therefore, it's very important. Then he went to Sri Lanka 1972. After one more year, he was higher ordination. Under Venerable Ananda Metteyya. So he was very famous, well-known monk in Sri Lanka, the 20th century. Later, he was appointed as the editor of BBS, 1984, after 12 years, right? After 12 years of studies, and he became editor of BBS, Buddhist Publication Society. So this is very important. Editor of BBS. So as you know, the Buddhist Publication Society was established in Kandy, Sri Lanka. The main text is translation of Pali text, and also translation of Buddhist book from different languages. So the editor of BBS is very, capable, and also expert in Pali, expert in English, right? Normally, they stay in the society, and they spend all their time editing and writing books. So when I was learning in Sri Lanka, I happened to meet editor of then BBS, and I think currently he also editor of the society, and Bhikkhu ஞானtuseda. He also a scholar monk from German. So therefore, being an editor of BBS is very important. So only for those who are expert in Pali and English, also expert in teachings of the Buddha, they can become editor, right? Editor of BBS. He was the president of BBS until 1988, right? So he wrote so many books, and he edited so many books. So some of them are the middle-length discourse of the Buddha. So the one we are going to use, right? The middle-length discourses of the Buddha. Firstly, translated by Bhikkhu Ñāṇamoli and edited by Bhikkhu Bodhi. Another one is the connected discourses of the Buddha, translation of Saṃyutta Nikāya. We are using his translation, right? And in the Buddha's word. So this one is also a famous one. He collect all the translation of the suttas, and he did he divide them according to subject matter, right? Regarding with the enlightenment, and he will use the sutta that talk about enlightenment. So especially for higher teachings, right? So when we learn about Nibbana, and we will use this book, right? Because he collected the most important suttas to explain about Nibbana, right? Another one is numerical discourses of the Buddha, translation of Aṅguttara Nikāya. This one, right? This one. So translation of the Nikāya like this one, very thick. You can use it as a pillow. Very big one. Because so many sutta, right? So many sutta. The latest translation of Bhikkhu Bodhi is Sutta Nipada. It was published in September last year. So this one also very important. He translated Sutta Nipada together with the commentary. So actually it's very important and very helpful for us. So when we want to learn Sutta Nipada, we will also use his book, right? And then some of you may notice that Bhikkhu Bodhi also translated and edited Abhidhamma Sangha as the comprehensive manual of Abhidhamma, right? When we learn Abhidhamma, we use that book, his book, right? So as far as I know, when he write a comprehensive manual of Abhidhamma, he stayed with the two Burmese monks in the United States, Usilananda and Dr. Rewata. So they are expert in Pali Canon, they are expert in Abhidhamma. He stayed there for so many days, discussed with them, and he write down. So he is such a very competent and also dedicated monk to translate Pali Canon. Not only Pali Canon, but also commentaries and sub-commentaries, right? When we read his translations, you will find the note, right? I also, when I extract one sutta, I also combine his note as well. His notes are very important. And he quoted commentaries and sub-commentary, etc., right? So therefore, it's very important. In 2000, he gave a keynote speech at the United States. So as first official celebration of Wesak. Then after that, after 2 years later, he returned to United States, his homeland, right? Currently, he is staying the Mahayana temple, Traian monasteries, and he is teaching there. When you Google Bhikkhu Bodhi, you will find so many video recording, and he teach especially Majjhima Nikāya suttas, right? Series of suttas. So I think the way he teach is a little bit boring. Because he's a Pali scholar, so therefore the way he taught is not very attractive. So anyway, I like the way normally I rarely listen his teachings. I just read his book because it's a lot of time, and the way he taught is not interesting. So you can Google and listen, right? But of course, if you listen his teachings, very accurate. Normally, he will strictly follow Pali Canon as well as commentaries. If he doesn't like, he will make a comment. That's all. Normally, he is very faithful. The way he translates is he translates Pali Canon commentary faithfully. But if he doesn't agree in particular point, he make a comment. So that is very important, I think. For that reason, Bhikkhu Bodhi is considered as a the contemporary, modern Buddhaghosa. As you know, Buddhaghosa, he translated Sinhala Pali commentaries into Pali. So when we translate in Pali, he faithfully follow the old commentaries. Then if he doesn't like a one word or one line, he just say, this is not good, that might be good, right? Bhikkhu Bodhi follow the same thing. Then he faithfully follow Pali Canon. So I think that is very important for the readers, especially for those who are learning seriously. Zen monks, they do not follow Pali suttas faithfully. They add their thinking. They change the language, right? Sometimes, if they do not like one line in the Pali canon, they change it. They do not follow the sutta faithfully, right? So even the suttas, I will say that some suttas may not be correct. But anyway, we have to follow when we translate, right? Of course, when we explain, so we can add our comment. I don't like this one, why, right? But we have to follow when we translate the suttas, right? That is very important. So therefore, I like Bhikkhu Bodhi translation. Next one is a Saṃyutta Nikāya. Saṃyutta Nikāya has a 7,762 suttas. It is arranged according to subject matter. So we have a 5 division. Sakata Vagga. Sakata means it is including the verse. So in the discourses, discourses that contain the verse or gatha are added into that division. Another one is Nidana Vagga. Nidana means the cause or causality. Nowadays it is very popular, dependent origination, right? All the things about dependent originations. We have about 300 suttas, more than 300 suttas. So all the suttas that talk about dependent originations are added in that division. Khanda Vagga. Khanda means aggregate, right? The discourses that explain about 5 aggregate, that are connected with the 5 aggregate. So they are added in that section. Salayana Vagga, that is a 6 sense basis, right? So all the things, all the discourses that are connected with 6 sense basis are added in that division. The last one is Mahavagga. Mahami, great, a greater section. I think that the reason Mahavagga means it is great and it is excellent. The reason is all the important discourses, including Dhammacakkappavattana Sutta, the Sutta that talk about the Noble Eightfold Path, the Sutta that talk about Sotapanna, Arahant, all these are added in Mahavagga, right? So therefore, I think that Maha here means not bigger, it is great session, right? Great session. So that is Saṃyutta Nikāya. So when you want to refer to Saṃyutta Nikāya, we use S N, right? S and me, Saṃyutta Nikāya. But here we have a different chapter. So we have a 54 chapter, I think. 54 chapter. So if you want to quote one sutta from chapter 11, right? Chapter 11 and S and 11 dot the no other sutta. Suppose you are quoting sutta number 43 from chapter 11, and you will write this way: S and 11 then dot 43. So that means Saṃyutta Nikāya chapter 11 sutta number 43. like this. If you want to quote is Sutta from chapter 54, that means SN 54, Sutta number 11. That is a Dhammacakkappavattana Sutta. Right? So if you want to quote Dhammacakkappavattana Sutta, you just write SN 56, 56, Sutta number 11. That is a Dhammacakkappavattana Sutta, right? The Sutta is not very long. It is normally short. So therefore, easy to find out. You don't need to mention, right? You don't need to mention paragraph number. But of course, if you mention paragraph number, more easier, right? Easier. So Saṃyutta Nikāya is the group or connected. A series of sutta which either deal with a specific doctrine, just like a Bojjhanga, right? Seven factors of enlightenment. So the discourses that talk about 7 chapters of enlightenment are added into Bojjhanga Vagga. Bojjhanga Saṃyutta. So all the discourses that talk about 4 noble truths, it is a Satya Saṃyutta, right? So like this, according to doctrine, right? Sometimes some discourses were taught to a particular person, right? Just like a Venerable Sariputta. All the discourses that are connected with Venerable Sariputta are collected and added into Sariputta Saṃyutta, like this, right? Mahamoggallana Saṃyutta, Kosala Saṃyutta, like this, right? So these are they are connected each other. So as I said that we have over 300 discourses that explain dependent origination, right? So all the such suttas are connecting each other. So therefore, they are added in one group as a Nidana Saṃyutta, right? So this is the nature of Saṃyutta Nikāya, right? So it is translated as the book called Kinder Sayings by Madame Rees Davis, right? CAF Rees Davis and Wu Wat. The good body translated as the connected discourses of the Buddha. We will use that one, right? We will use that one. The connected discourses of the Buddha. Any question? No question, right? Next one is the Aṅguttara Nikāya. Aṅguttara Nikāya is a numerical one. Angami, the part. Uttarami, I want to say the higher. Uttarami, higher or more, right? So all the things that talk about one single item, right? It's called the first chapter, Ekaka Nipada. And second, 2 items, another chapter. And 3 items, another chapter. Up to 11 items, right? So therefore, we have 11 chapter. So when we want to refer to Aṅguttara Nikāya, we use A-N. A and me with a capital letter. Aṅguttara Nikāya. Aṅguttara Nikāya. Also, S and me, capital letter, right? S and me, Saṃyutta Nikāya. If you use S and S with the capital letter, so this one is Saṃyutta Nikāya. If you use S and differently, that means Sutta Nipada. Then this is a capital letter, and N-me small letter. Saṃyutta Nikāya, right? S-N, the same thing, but if we use two capital letters, that means Saṃyutta Nikāya. S-N, N with the small letter, that means Saṃyutta Nikāya, right? A-N-me Aṅguttara Nikāya. We have 11 chapters, right? 11 chapters. So if you want to use one sutta from chapter 4, then sutta number 53, right? So you can write AN 4 dot 53, right? Then I write it. AN, that means Aṅguttara Nikāya. For me, chapter 4, sutta number 53, like this, right? AN, chapter number, and sutta number 53. According to Bhikkhu Bodhi, actually Bhikkhu Bodhi, this is the comments given by Bhikkhu Bodhi, and he said that Saṃyutta Nikāya is intended for monks and nuns who are following the Buddhist teaching seriously, right? So therefore, when we learn Saṃyutta Nikāya, we can find dependent originations, the Noble Eightfold Path, 4 Noble Truths, 5 aggregate, right? And 6 sin spaces. So therefore, for those who are following teachings of the Buddha seriously, especially for monks and nuns, right? So therefore, when we want to learn meditation, we will use most of the sutta from Saṃyutta Nikāya, because this is higher teaching, right? Higher teachings. So as you know, we have a 3 topic: dana, sila, bhavana. So when we are learning bhavana, we need to use the suttas from Saṃyutta Nikāya, right? Higher teaching. Regarding with the Aṅguttara Nikāya, this is intended for lay devotees, especially all the suttas. When we want to learn dana and sila, we have to use the sutta from Aṅguttara Nikāya, right? So therefore, I bring Aṅguttara Nikāya. About dana, you cannot find in Saṃyutta Nikāya, right? So this is the Aṅguttara Nikāya is good for lay devotees, right? So therefore, when I choose the sutta for dana from Aṅguttara Nikāya, right? Aṅguttara Nikāya. So each Nipada is divided into Vargas. So most of them are 10 suttas. So altogether we have 9,557 sutta. So it is translated by Uward and E.M. Hare. The book called Graduate Sayings. The book called Graduate Sayings. That is a very old one, right? Old version. So we will use Bhikkhu Bodhi translation. The numerical discourses of the Buddha. Numerical discourses of the Buddha. This side. Very big one, right? This side, very big one. Actually, I think very interesting. Then I think if you finish a 2-year course, you'll be able to read by yourself. No need to rely on any other teachers, right? Because every discourses are connected. Then after you learn 2 years, you will know how to read the sutta. You will know how to understand the sutta right away, right? So wherever you read the sutta, they are connecting each other, right? They have the same concept. So as I said earlier, the first four Nikayas are considered as the most important sources to learn about early Buddhist teachings or early Buddhism. In other words, the pure form of Buddhist teachings, right? Pure form of Buddhist teachings. All the scholars, I will say that all the scholars, they agree that Pali Canon is the most pure form of Buddhist teachings. All the scholars agree that, right? So therefore, learning Pali Canon, learning the Sutta means you are learning the pure form of teachings, right? Pure form of teaching. So the last one is Khuddaka Nikāya. Khuddaka means is small one. Khuddaka Nikāya consists of the shorter book called Sutta Pitaka. Altogether, we have 80 books, right? 80 books, 80 texts. So most texts in the Nikāya are written in verses. As you know, Dhammapada, right? When you learn Dhammapada, so Dhammapada Pali is composed in verses, right? Sutta Nipada, the same thing. So when you are chanting Mangala Sutta, Karaniya Metta Sutta, and Ratana Sutta, right? All these are from Sutta Nipada. All are composed in verses, right? Mostly. Of course, there are some discourses that are written in prose form, right? In prose form. Khuddaka literally means minor or small. Even though the name is small or minor, even though the name is small, so if we clarify all the teachings according to five Nikāyas, so Khuddaka Nikāya contain Abhidhamma Pitaka, and Vinaya Pitaka, and 80 Pali texts. So altogether it became very big, right? So as you know, we have a 5 Vinaya texts, and we have a 12 Abhidhamma texts. Then we also we have a 18 Pali texts, right? It became very big. But if we use 3 baskets, Tipitaka, Vinaya Pitaka became separate one, right? Vinaya Pitaka, Abhidhamma Pitaka, and 5 Nikāya. 5 Nikāyas are Sutta Pitaka, right? So therefore, if we use according to Nikāya classification, Khuddaka Nikāya became like this. So Vinaya Pitaka, Abhidhamma Pitaka, and we also have a 80, right? 80 Pali texts. Not 80 books, not 80 books. So some of the texts are very small, only about 3 or 4 pages, right? The first one is very small, in less than 10 pages, right? So this is according to Burmese tradition, I would say that, because these are 80 texts in the Khuddaka Nikāya. So it was approved by the 6 Buddhist councils, right? 6 Buddhist councils held in Myanmar. So in that time, at the 6 Buddhist council, the last 3 Pali texts are added: Niti, Pitaka and Milinda Panya. So actually they are not added in Khuddaka Nikāya earlier, but at the time of 6 Buddhist councils, so the participants of 6 Buddhist council agreed that not all participants from Sri Lanka and Thailand, they did not agree to add these three texts into Khuddaka Nikāya, right? So therefore, we can say that this is according to Burmese Sangha. So we have 80 Pali texts in Khuddaka Nikāya, including Niti, Pitikopadesa, and Milinapanya, right? So therefore, Khuddaka Nikāya appear to be grown up gradually after the oral Nikāyas were closed. That is very important, right? Vinaya Pitaka, we have 5 Vinaya texts. You cannot add in. And Abhidhamma, we have 12 books. You cannot add, right? Dīgha Nikāya, Majjhima Nikāya, Saṃyutta Nikāya, and Aṅguttara Nikāya, you cannot add, right? So wherever you wish, you can add Khuddaka Nikāya. Actually, most of the texts, not only the last three, most of the some of the texts are we call it post-canonical texts. Especially Padana, Bodhavansa, Chariya Pitaka, Patisamhita Magga, Naitesa, Vimana Vatu, Khuddaka Pāṭha. Most of them, they were at that later time, right? So anyway, in Khuddaka Nikāya, we can find some of the important texts, just like a Dhammapada, right? Udana, Idiodaka, Sutta. These are very important ones, right? So therefore, some scholars said that Khuddaka Nikāya appear to have grown up gradually, right? Gradually. So this is how to say the Pali Canon before 6th Buddhist Council, right? Here you can find that we have only 50 Pali texts in Khuddaka Nikāya, right? Khuddaka Nikāya. Here, if we study according to Tipitaka, so we have a Vinaya Pitaka. We have 5 books, right? We have a Sutta Pitaka. We have a 5 collections or 5 Nikāyas: Dīgha Nikāya, Majjhima Nikāya, Saṃyutta Nikāya, Aṅguttara Nikāya, and Khuddaka Nikāya. In the Khuddaka Nikāya, we have a 50 Pali texts, right? And Abhidhamma Pitaka, we have 7 books. So this is a Tipitaka at a glance, right? Any question? Now we finish introduction to Pali Canon. Any question? So I think that to know about Pali Canon is also very important, right? Then only we know what we are learning, right? So our class is a Sutta study class. So that means we will learn teachings of the Buddha using the Suttas as a medium. The Suttas are from 5 Nikāyas, right? 5 Nikāyas. Generally, we will use the first 4 Nikāya. The first 4 Nikāya. But our topic is a Dana, Sila, Bhavana, right? This is the topic using what the Buddha taught in Puññakariya Vatu Sutta in Aṅguttara Nikāya. So in that Sutta, here you can find AN. AN means Aṅguttara Nikāya, right? Here 8 means chapter 8. 36 means Sutta number. Aṅguttara Nikāya chapter 8, Sutta number 36. It's easier to remember, right? You cannot, I think you cannot pronounce the name of the Sutta, right? Puññakariya Vatu Sutta. Puñña means good deed. Kariya means doing or activity or function. Vatu means the base or the ground. If you want to acquire good deed, you need to use 3 grounds, right? Or three base to accumulate good deed. Dana, Sila, Bhavana. Other than that, no. Right? Therefore, I said that after we learn 3 topics, you cover all the teachings of the Buddha. All the teachings of the Buddha. So we will learn, even though we have 3 topics, and we will have to learn about karma, we will have to learn about dependent originations, and we have to learn rebirth and everything, right? Everything connected. And we also have to learn different methods of meditation, right? So it covers everything. It covers everything. So this is from Aṅguttara Nikāya. So the 3 bases of meritorious deed are the grounds or fields where you can cultivate good deed, or where you can develop good deed, good things in your life, right? Only 3 things: dana, sila, bhavana. The commentaries expand those 3 categories up to 10. So it is known as 10 bases of meritorious deed. A traditional Buddhist, they learn these one, right? If you want to explain about what are the good deeds, we use this one, 10 bases of meritorious deed. So these are all the good deeds, right? That you can explain from the Pali Canon. 10 bases of meritorious deed. In the Pali Canon, in the Sutta, we have only 3, right? Dana, Sila, Bhavana. The commentaries, especially Dīgha Nikāya commentaries. Oh, sorry, you can see this one, Dīgha Nikāya, right? Dīgha Nikāya, volume 3, page number 219. It's precise, right? If you look at volume 3, page number 219, you will see this one. 3 visits of meritorious deed. This is from Dīgha Nikāya, Sutta number 32, I think, 32 or 33. Singiti Sutta. If I just quote Singiti Sutta, you cannot find it, very long, right? So therefore, we have to use quotation system, Dīgha Nikāya, volume 3, page number 219. Easier to find out, right? Easier to find out. So commentary mention 10 bases of meritorious deed, especially the commentary of Dīgha Nikāya, the commentary of Singiti Sutta, and also the commentary of the first Abhidhamma text. They explain 10 bases of meritorious deed. If you want to read more about 10 bases of meritorious deed, you can read Comprehensive Manual of Abhidhamma, written by Bhikkhu Bodhi, page number 209. Handbook called Abhidhamma Study, written by Sayadaw U Silananda, and volume 2, page number 201. The best one is you can find Abhidhamma in Daily Life book. This is the book written by Ashin Janaka Bhivansa, very long one. So this is the best one to read about 10 bases of meritorious deed. Actually, we are printing soon this book. I think we'll be able to give a free Dhammadana, right? We'll give you when it is available. So the basis of meritorious deed, we have a number 1, giving in dana. Number 2, sharing of merit, patidana. I need this one. Everybody want to know this one. Many questions at the time, right? We also have a controversial issue. So when we learn about dana, we will cover this one as well. And number 3, rejoicing in others' merit. Normally we say sadhu, 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 right? Why we should recite sadhu, 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 right? Pattanumodana. Number 2 and number 3 are counted as a dana, because they have the same natures or the same characteristics. They are just like a dana, right? Then you accumulate good deed, then you share your dana to your departed ones, right? To your ancestors. It is a form of dana, right? Form of dana. Then you rejoice in others' merit. That means that is connected with the dana, right? Connected with the dana. So therefore, sharing of merit, rejoicing in other merits are counted as a dana, right? Number 4, morality, sila. And number 5, respect. Number 6, service. So if you respect your parents, your co-workers, your boss, that is considered as a sila, a good habit, right? Also, we will cover this one as well under sila. So number 5 and 6 are counted as a sila because they have the same nature, the same characteristics, right? Actually, that is not taught by the Buddha, but defined by commentaries, right? Defined by commentaries. So when we learn sila, we will cover this one. Service, right? Vice versa. So I think that I want to thank our teams, right? Who have the class to open this class. It's not easy. We need dedicated people, right? So we can call it as a service, right? We give our service for spreading teachings of the Buddha. So that is considered as a sila, right? Also we will cover, so when we learn about morality. So I want to say a very big thanks to them. So I'm very lucky to have those dedicated people, and they help me a lot. So it is that we are trying to promote teachings of the Buddha, right? In collectively. Then number 7, meditation. Number 8, hearing the Dhamma. Now you are learning, right? You are hearing the Dhamma. It is a type of meditation, right? It is under meditation. Number 9, teaching the Dhamma. I'm teaching the Dhamma. That is a type of meditation, right? Type of meditation. And number 8 and number 9 are counted as a bhavana, as a meditation, because they have the same characteristics, right? The same characteristics. So when we learn about meditation, we will also cover hearing the Dhamma, teachings of the Buddha as well. The last one is the straightening of one's view. So that is very important. So we have a wrong view, right? So we have a misinterpretation. We have a misunderstanding about teachings of the Buddha, right? So you come to temple, you attend courses. So in this way, you straighten your view, right? You straighten your view. You no longer have a wrong view. So that is the last one can be added into one of the 3 bases of meritorious deed. It can be added into dana. It can be sometime added sila, sometime into bhavana, right? Into bhavana. That is according to commentaries. According to commentary, but when you read San Abhidhamma books that I have given, if you read those books, you will find that the last one is added into meditation only, right? Meditation. This one, according to commentaries, the last one can be added into 3, right? Sometime dana, sometimes sila, sometimes bhavana. This one will be study next week. So up to now, is there any question? Okay. Sorry? Thank you for very big mistake. Eh?
We need to learn how to use the Pali language, how to use the dictionary.
Sorry?
The dictionary in Pali,
How to use?
we need in this class.
I think in this class, you don't need to learn how to read Pali dictionary.
Most of them don't know.
I think that you don't need, but if you are interested, you can read, you can refer to Pali dictionary, right?
So how to
Suppose
use, how to use.
according to alphabetically, right? But of course, it's not the same with the English alphabet. According to Pali alphabet, right? Ka, ka, ga, ga, nga, like this. So, as a you don't need to learn how to read Pali dictionary. So what you have to do is read the Sutta before you can, right? So then I don't need to read all the Sutta, right? Then I will pick at the most important line from the Pali from the Sutta. Easier to discuss. Okay, so that we'll do today. So we will close our lessons. Yo varadam bhavaro manu jesu sakya muni bhagavakata kecho paragato bala vidya samadhi dan sukatam saranatamu pemi ragavi ragamaninyama soka dhammama sangatama patikulam madurami mambagunam suvipatan dhammami mam saranatamu pemi yata chade nama apalamahu chatusu sisu buddhisa yugesu atacha pogala dhammadasate sangami mansara natamu pemi. Good night, everyone.